also we're coming with one more interesting topic called UiPath AI Trust Layer. In the today's session, we'll see how it will be helpful in our automation solutions and all. And this series is powered by UiPath community and supported by Hyper Automation AI team. Thanks for them. And before getting into the session, first will let me introduce myself. I'm Lakshman Ganta. I'm working as a technology lead in Broadridge Financial Solutions. I have 9+ years of experience into IT and 7+ years of experience in RPA. And I am UiPath Community MVP for 2022, 23, and 24. And also, I received 12 community awards from the UiPath team as an active member in the forum. Yeah, hi Gayatri. Can you introduce yourself to the audience?
Yeah. Thank you, Lakshman. Hi, everyone. I'm Gayatri, RPA Developer at Capgemini Invent. I have about 3 years of experience in UiPath RPA. It has been a great pleasure to serve as a moderator for the second time in a row. So I'm truly grateful to the UiPath Hyderabad community and especially to the Nikhilesh for this wonderful opportunity. It's a pleasure to be part of such an amazing event. Thank you, Lakshman.
Yeah, with this note, we are giving handout to the Pradeep. Is the today's speaker. He will talk about UiPath AI Trust Layer and other AI capabilities and everything in the today's session. Yeah,
Thanks,
Pradeep, all stage is
Lakshman.
yours to you.
Thanks, Lakshman. Thanks, Gayatri. First of all, I want to say thanks to the Niklesh for this wonderful planned series for the Architect Solution Architect series. So this is the day 5. So we are going with the series. So what we are going to learn today, we are going to learn something related to the AI trust layer. Before going to the agenda, so let me introduce myself. So I have 7+ years of experience in RPA industry. So as of now, I work for different kinds of domains like banking, financial, and some kind of hospitality kind of domains I have worked on it. So I am the MVP for 2023 and 24. My priorities is on document understanding, action center, AI center, and communication mining. So I'm the active community speaker for Hyderabad chapter and Vizag chapter. So as of now, I have done a couple of certifications. In the part of that certifications, I am holding certifications of advanced developer, solution architect, and specialized AI certifications. So this is about me. So let me go through the agenda without doing any delay. So here is the agenda we are going to cover it today's session in the part of solution architect series day 5. So the agenda will come with the basic automation when we started, how the automation was there, and what kind of automations we are doing it now. So what kind of capabilities we have it in the GenAI based automations, and what kind of advantages when you are using the GenAI, and what kind of concerns we are using the GenAI automation. And if you are having any concerns, because nowadays we know, right, all the organization wants to use the GenAI. So the GenAI is a kind of buzz is created in the market to want to use it. So whoever want to use it. So before using that, they have some concerns. Because of that concerns, they could not able to proceed further to do some kind of POCs or do some kind of projects, right? So to overcome that particular scenarios, we have one of the feature that is called as a UiPath trust layer. So in that UiPath trust layer, we have a couple of capabilities. So in detail, we'll discuss about the next slide. So before going to the direct GenAI or direct AI trust layer, so Lakshman wants to give some idea about how we have started the automation long back and how it is, got upgraded every year and what kind of features we came every year. So he want to give some brief idea about it. Please, Lakshman, you can take it.
Yeah, hi everyone. UiPath journey started from a traditional RPA around the year like 2015 to in between 16. First, they have only UiPath Studio is there. Just with that Studio robot orchestrator we have. With that, we can automate only some rule-based tasks, just mimic the human actions and all. So with that, we in that time we don't have any intelligence and all. Just it will mimic the rule-based tasks and everything. Even in the UI automation also, just based on some selectors and all, we can automate any of the tasks. Later, UiPath added some artificial intelligence. They come up with a product called computer vision. With that, we can automate any remote-based applications and all, even Citrix-based. There, by using the computer vision application, we can easily identify any of the elements in the screen. in the traditional automation approach we can't do this kind of automation. We have faced a lot of challenges earlier, but after computer vision introduced, we can easily automate any virtual based images and everything easily. And also later they come up with cloud orchestrator, some API based automation. Those products also they introduced. By that we have total three types of infrastructures. We have cloud orchestrator, on premises orchestrator, and automation suite. That will be hybrid based. So after at the certain period of time, 2020, they come up with some new products called UiPath Process Mining Automation Hub. The process mining product will be helpful for the capture the backend automation. It will be installed in our system. It will see whatever the tasks we are doing in our system. It will capture all those things, and it will say, let us know whether that process is feasible for the automation or not. Even in the automation hub platform, we can submit our ideas and everything. So we can prioritize the task, whether we can know what are the automation solutions we are using in particular organization. Everything we can submit in the automation hub platform. We can prioritize those tasks and all. With these tools and all, we can automate all end-to-end platform. Later they come up with document understanding, human in the loop action center. So in the traditional approach, if any of the case is required, any business rule is required, so we need to because of that reason we are unable to automate any of the process end to end. So whichever the rule based task is there, we automated, we give hand over to the human user. They are processing those automations in the manually. But with this action center and all, whenever any business rule is required, we can send the task to the particular human. They can take some action on that action. Again it will send it back to the bot will process from there. We have document understanding, and by using those document understanding product, we can easily automate any of the invoices, any documents and everything. We can in the document understanding platform, we have certain platforms are there, like some steps are there: taxonomy manager, classification and all. So in that we need to manually label the fields and manually tell to the bot like whether it is a what kind of document it is and all. But in the current one, now we have intelligent document understanding and communication mining is there. So if we'll give any of the document to the intelligent document understanding, just we can give some natural text to that one. What is the amount from the document, it will fetch the result to us. So and later UiPath integrated with some other platforms called generative AI and LLMs, large language models. So but still we have some challenges, are there some trust issues and all. In today's session, Pradeep will going to show us how we can enable the trust layer in our platform and all. Yeah,
Yeah.
Pradeep, you can
Yeah,
continue
thanks,
for that.
Lakshman. Just I want to recap this slide again. So just I want to give the high level of what we are going to learn today. So when I started my career, like 7 years back, when I started my career, there is no much products are available in UFR. Just whichever the traditional RPA mechanisms, like just doing the workflows for Excel-based automation, database-based automation, Word-based automation, PDF-based automation. So these kind of limitations we have it when we started the RPA, but every year, day by day. So now we consider we have more than 23, 25 products were available in UiPath. Means every year it's growing the productivity, and every year we are getting some kind of new features, right? So every year we are getting some kind of stuff when we are doing the automations, right? So nowadays we are not using Excel-based automation itself, except reporting purpose, right? So every year when you consider, so the upgradation of automation is increasing. So in the same way, traditional RPA to the low code, no code related stuff, then some kind of discovery related tools, then document understanding, and then AI center came, then action center came. After that, we have integrated that specialized AI with the generative AI. Now we are working on the UiPath LLM models with the GenAI activities. And we know UiPath introduced the autopilot for developers, testers, and business analysts for everyone. So means every year we are kind of seeing the progress when you are doing the automation. In the same way, if you want to be in the part of RPA developer cycle, you have to upgrade yourself also. So that is what we are going to consider in this particular session today. So how we have moved as a traditional RPA to the AI based automation, then AI based automations to the GenAI and LLM based automation. And when we are implementing these particular GenAI and LLM based automations, what kind of advantages we have, what kind of concerns we have. So if you are getting any concerns to implement the GenAI, so what kind of mechanisms we have it to overcome. So that mechanism is called as a AI trust layer. So how we are going to achieve that particular overcome. So this is what we are going to learn today. So without any delay, so let me go to the next slide. So as of now, we know so what kind of AI capabilities we have in UiPath product list. So when you compare earlier, when I started my career, we have only Studio and Robot and Orchestrator, right? But now we have AI computer vision and task mining, document understanding, communication mining, AI center, clipboard AI. So these are the things are the products which is having the capability of AI. So which can integrate with some other models or which can integrate with some kind of third party applications to make the intelligent robots, right? So these are the products we have it where we can upgrade ourselves from traditional RPA to the AI based RPA, right? So these are the products we have it. So here each product will do some kind of different kinds of operations. So when you go with the computer vision vision related product, so what it will do, it will do some kind of surface automation. If you are working on the native kind of image based automation, or if you want to working on the surface automation, then you can use the AI computer vision activities to get the selectors and you can do the automation. And the task mining, so if you want to record the screens of the users, like a couple of users are working on some of the applications, so if you want to know that users are working on that particular application, but how much repetitive they are using that particular application. So how you can know that? So you have to record the screens of the users. So when they are using the applications, we can record it and we can see. So how much they are using it, how much repetitive they are using it, what is the possibility of doing the automation for it. So it will come under the task mining. And document understanding, we know. So whenever you want to read the documents, whenever you want to get the data from the documents, like it may be the structured or it may be the unstructured or it may be some kind of native or it may be in the format of image based document, so we can extract the data. So as of now we have 35 plus out of the box models were available in our AI center. So if you want to use your custom model also, we can create it. So that's in the other part of sessions, but we have a couple of bunch of models we can use it. It can use the AI models, right? So that's we'll call as a document understanding. And the next one is communication mining. So this product will use when you are interacting with someone. So most of the companies will know, right? The interaction will be happen, right? Every day we'll do 40% of 40% of interactions with the someone as a same repetitive one, right? So what we can do, whichever the interactions we are doing with someone, we can do some kind of automation for it, right? So if you want to do the communications as a automation, so what we have to do, whichever the data we are getting it as a communication, we should understand that data and we should give some kind of proper reply to it, right? So that can be handled in communication mining. Even communication mining is the part of working with the LLMs. So using the LLMs, we can create the communication mining projects and we can create a barrier between the communications between the users and the AI center. So AI center, we know. So AI center is a place where we have the models. So if you want to use any of the model, if you want to use any of the AI model, so you want to get it from the AI center itself. So if you want to get the document understanding models, that models will be available in the AI center. So whoever the models are available, if you want to use that models, you can use that. Or if you want to get new models built by your own self, you can create it. So we have a couple of predefined steps like how to do that. And if you want to do the retrainable model, how you can do the retrainable and how you can do the data labeling. So it's a kind of piece where you can use the models or where we can build the models or where we can like retrain the model. So that's the place we can call as AI center. And the clipboard AI, so it's also having some kind of AI capabilities. So where we can copy the data and pasting the data from different screens to different screens. So it will be happen based on the clipboard AI. So we can use these are the products. So in our 23 products list, these are the products are having AI capabilities to implement it. So let me go to the next slide. So today discussion, what we are going to give the priority to is GenAI. So when you know how GenAI will work, because nowadays every company knows about it. Like every company wants to use the GenAI. Even I am using the Chat GPT every day to send some kind of to get some kind of data, or to format some kind of data, or to replace some kind of data. I am using the GenAI. uh, GenAI is called as OpenAI. I can say ChatGPT. So I am using that. In the same way, each and every company wants to use it. But what if you are going to use GenAI, what kind of advantages we have? In the same way, we have some kind of concerns also. If you want to use the GenAI in your automations, not for your personal perspective. So if you want to use it as a company perspective, we have some kind of considerations to use that. So we have to see what kind of advantages, what kind of concerns we have it. So here, so first, what is the GenAI? So one of the GenAI is ChatGPT, I can say. So in the same way, we have multiple connectors were available in UiPath. So a couple of examples are here. OpenAI. OpenAI is called as a ChatGPT, and Microsoft Azure OpenAI, Amazon SegaMaker, and Amazon Bedrock, Google Vertex AI, Anthropic, and connector. If this is a connector builder. If you want to build your own GPT, you can build it. So these are the mechanisms we have it. So these are the integrations we have it. So if you want to use GenAI, so you don't need to build something as predefined. So just what you have to do, whichever the connector we have it, just we have to do the connection. So I'll showcase end of this particular session. So how we can do the integration for GenAI to our UiPath. But you have to know about it. So these are the GenAI connectors. We have an access to integrate with our UiPath. So using these particular GenAI mechanisms, we can do the automations with the clubbing of UiPath with the GenAI. So how these things will work? So okay, you want to use the ChatGPT. So any consider any of the GenAI. So if you want to use the ChatGPT, or if you want to use the Open Amazon SegaMaker, if you want to use the Google Vertex AI, so how you can use that? So one of the basically as a manual work, how I am using ChatGPT. So if I am getting any paragraph, so if I wants to do some kind of if I wants to know some data from it, so like I have the data of 2 pages, I want to know the price of the we have one of the section that is called as a total amount in that particular document. So what I wants to do, so instead of reading the entire document, I'll copy paste of that particular data and I'll paste it in the chat gpt, and I'll ask the chat gpt saying that so what's the total amount from that particular document. So what it will do, so it will read the data of that particular 2 pages, and it will give the data. If it is data is present in that particular data, whichever the prompt we have requested for the chat gpt, it will give some data, right? So that's how it will work. So basically chat gpt will work based on the prompt how we are going to send it. So if you ask who is the winner of 2024 World Cup, Cricket World Cup, means it will give the answer is the India, right? So that's how it will work. So based on the prompt, it will give the response. But that is if you are going to do it as a manually. But if you are going to implement that particular GenAI with our UiPath automations, how you can do that? So only GenAI can work alone with the UiPath? No, it won't work. So we have to club generative AI with couple of components were available in our UiPath. So we have to use that particular components and we have to club that, then only we can use that. So basically what I wants to say, generative AI is a kind of brain. So our UiPath is a kind of robot. So we have to use the GenAI brain and we have to run that particular entire process. So that's how it will work. So, but if you want to use that, so what's the architecture and how we are going to use the GenAI? So in this particular slide, you can able to understand so how we can going to use the generative AI and specialize generative AI in our UiPath. So here you can see the component section of generative AI. Sorry, generative AI. So the generative AI will be any of these particular things. It may be from the Microsoft, or it may be from the OpenAI, AWS, or Google Cloud. So generative AI model can give the answer for anything. Like most of the things you will get it. When you compare to the specialized AI, so it is related to any one of the model. Like if you are going with the document understanding, if you are going for the invoice receipt, so what it will do, it will read the data from only receipts, right? If you are going for the purchase order, so what it will do, it will read the data from only purchase order. But when you go for the generative AI, if you send any of the invoice or if you send any of the purchase order, will it give the data? Yes, it will give, because it is a kind of global model. So it can give, it can extract the data from anything, but only one major concern is here. As receipts, if you are sending for our specialized AI, our specialized AI will know, okay, this is a receipt. Here you'll get the some purchase order or something, purchase order number or something. But for the generative AI, it will accept the data in any format, like if it is a purchase order or if it is an invoice, if it is some kind of any other document, it will accept it. But it don't know is it receipt or is it purchase order. It will try to extract the data in the same way for different kinds of documents, right? So that's the major difference compared to the generative AI and specialized AI. So I'll let you know how to use these two things in our UiPath automations. So here is the architecture. So we'll get the context. Context means we'll get the input data. We'll get it in the docs format or communications format or any machine data format, or we'll get the data from the people, or we'll get the data from some other process as an input. So this is the input, and here you can see the target application. The target application means after once this entire process is done, we'll enter the data into any of the uh, target application using UI based automation, or we'll push the data using any API calls, or we'll do the validation like in the kind of human in the loop. But between the source and the target, what's happening? So this is what will happen here. So we can use the generative AI and the specialized AI, and the solutions we may implement it in different products. So we can use document understanding, AI center, communication mining, clipboard AI, or process mining, task mining, or studio. So we can use any of the product here, and we can club generative AI and the specialized AI, and we can convert the source data to the target application using some mechanism here. So I'll give a couple of examples, like, because most of the guys don't know how, what kind of examples, real-time examples we have it in the GenAI when you are clubbing it to the UiPath. So that's the reason I have couple of examples. So what we can do it, like how, what's the flow and how we can integrate generative AI and specialized AI. So I'll explain it in the next slide. So but this is the architecture. So from the source, we are going with the target application. Between this source to target applications, what kind of things we are doing it, what kind of products we are going to use, how we are using the generative AI, how we are using the specialized AI. Generative AI means third-party applications, so which is supported by UiPath. We can do it through the integration services, or you can create your own model. Specialized AI means it is built by UiPath itself. You can take it as any of the models which is available in UiPath. It may be the AI center, or it may be the document understanding, or it may be the action center, some kind of any of the model you can take it. Yeah. So here is an example. So everyone got an idea about the architecture, right? So I hope everyone is good with the architecture. So let me go to the example. So you will get some idea here. So if you are using, if you want to use the GenAI, so where you can plug the GenAI, and where we can use the specialized AI. So this is one of the example we have it. So what's the process? Just let me read the steps. So read the email and identify intent, like reading the mail and identifying what kind of mail is it, and then classify the attached documents. So if you are having any of the attachment, we need to identify what kind of document is it. Then process the application form. Then we have to read that particular document, and we need to process that particular form. Then extracting the data from that particular ID card. Then like verifying that particular data, and generating something, verify the extract the data from the employment letter. So this is the steps we have to do it as a RPA. So what if this is the end-to-end process, what kind of products you can use that? So for the first step, read the email and identify intent. So we can use the communication mind. So as I said, so here is the AI based models. me go here. Yeah, here is the one of the AI based product. So it can extract the meaning from emails or comments, right? So it can read the data from the email and it can tell that. So okay, this mail is regarding this particular one. So like if you are getting one mail, that mail is having the body of I want to take a leave for today because of some headache or something. So that what communication mining will do, so it can read the data and it can identify the intent saying that it's a sick leave, right? So that's how our communication model will work. So that's the same model we are going to use. So these all are the things will come under the specialized AI. Okay, these particular things will come as generative AI. In the space of generative AI, you can use any of the third-party applications like ChatGPT or some kind of Amazon related stuff or Google Vector. Anything you can use that in the part of generative AI. So okay, we can able to identify, okay, this mail is regarding to our scope itself and it has an attachment. So once you got an attachment, what you have to do? So you have to identify is that particular attachment is having the particular data which we are going to do that or not. So how we can do that? We can club both document understanding for doing the classification and generative AI for reading the data. Okay, and process the application form. So again here doing the document understanding and the specialized AI model trained on documents pre-labeled with GPT. So like we can do the pre-label for that particular form and we can read the data and we can use the generative AI here to extract the data. And then once you're able to identify that, okay, this is in scope document, then what you have to do? Verify and extract the data from the ID card. So here we can use the document understanding to read the data. So once you're able to get the data, what you have to do? Verify and extract the data from the employment letter. So if it is ID card, it will do that. If it is employment letter, then it can read the data using document understanding and the generative AI. Because ID card will be the standard format, but employment letters will be having the different formats, right? So if you are having the different formats, then our document understanding will not work. Like if you are having the additional capabilities using GenAI, will get more confidence. So that's the reason here we are using the generative AI for the employment letters. You got an idea, right? So where you can use our specialized AI and where you can use a combination of specialized AI with the generative AI. So if whenever you are getting some kind of challenges to extract particular content from the document, so you can use the generative AI. So this is what one of the example we have it here. So where we can use the specialized AI and where we can use the generative AI. So here, so if you want to use the Gen AI, so we got some idea. So what is generative AI and when we can use the generative AI in our automations with the combination of specialized AI. So we have the specialized AI, but with the additional for the additional advantages, we are going to use the Gen AI. So if you want to use it, what kind of advantages we get it? So the first one is context gathering. So context gathering means if you are getting a mail, so the mail is having paragraph, but from that paragraph to do the automation, you needed only 2 to 3 keywords. So at that time, what you have to do? So just pass that entire context to the generative AI and ask the generative AI from this entire context, I need only these particular entities which is useful for my automation. So what it will do? It will give the output as the particular entities which you needed for the automation, right? So it's a kind of pretty much straightforward thing to get the entities from the bulk amount of data. So that's one kind of example. And specialized AI. So specialized models means already UiPath is having specialized models. In AI Center, we have 40 plus out of the box models, right? So with for that 40 plus out of the models, need any additional advantages, we can use the GenAI. And when you compare, when you see the UiPath is a robot, as I said, GenAI is a kind of brain. So you can club these both and you can do the work as a better way. And using the GenAI, so we can do some kind of human in the loop also. So whichever the data got extracted, like here only you can take the example, the context gathering. So from the entire paragraph, you got the keywords of 3 to 4. But if you want to confirm it before taking it for our automation, you can confirm it using human in the loop. So human in the loop can be happen from action center or from the validation station. So you can do that. And confidence in governance, like confidence in governance means when you are using the GenAI. So we know GenAI is a part of third-party tool. It's not from our UiPath, right? So, but how you can believe that? So to believe that we have some kind of governance and some kind of security governance. So I'll explain about that things in the next slides. But just keep it in mind. So this is one of the point to use the GenAI. So these many advantages we have it when you are going to use the GenAI with our automations. So again, a couple of examples of it. So what GenAI can do in our automation. So these are the basic examples. So if you see this, you will get some idea in your real-time process when you are doing in your office. You will get some kind of idea what kind of things you can do that. So here, what can GenAI can do it in automation. So see here classification. So if you are having the documents, so if you are having the bunch of documents, if you want to know which document is it, so is it invoice or is it PO or is it receipt? If you want to do the categorization, so you can do with the GenAI and the extraction. So this is kind of context gathering as you right? So if you are getting the bulk amount of email, so if you want to extract only particular keywords, see, so in the subject line we got the policy number. From some data we got some address line and address line, right? And formatting, so this is how we got the data. So this data is having some grammatical mistakes, you can observe that. So that particular data is converted, like is formatted in that particular way, so which can be in the proper way it got formatted. And matching, so matching is a kind of two-way matching. So if you are getting the documents data and whichever the data we have it in the application, you want to do the comparison, you can do the comparison from the GenAI itself. And searching, like if you are having some context and having some kind of bunch amount of documents, if you want to get this particular data from which document we have it, so we'll get the searching also we can do. And we can do validation also, like some kind of validation, so reading the entire document. So if you are having some kind of a scorecard, so reading the entire scorecard, if the score report is this much, it should be the fail, this much if it should be the fail. So in that way we can do some kind of validation also. So these many things we can do that. So these are the things we can do that here. So and we have a couple of more examples to do the GenAI. So the communication mining, so the web page is having this data. So if you are extracting the data as a loan type is this one, and the loan amount is this one, and interest is this one. So based on this data, if you want to send a mail, so how you can send that? So just you have to make the generative AI saying that using this particular web page data, generate a former mail to the customer saying these things. So based on our prompt, what it will do, it will generate a mail, and if you want to send it, you can do the human in the loop and you can send it, right? And the summarization, see, it's a bulk amount of data from the web page, and using our LLM models, it converted that huge data into the 2 to 3 lines of data. So it's doing the summarization and the sentiment detection. So sentiment detection means if you are seeing for any of the movie reviews, so how we can, if I am the director, just think about the director. So he wants to get all the negative feedbacks itself, because if he wants to improve himself, then what he has to do? So he wants to see about all his negatives and he has to be improved. To that he don't want to read the entire movie feedbacks, right? So if he has these kind of models, what he can say? So just give the data of having negative feedback. So what he'll get it? End of the day, he'll get only the negative feedback thing. Then he can upgrade himself based on that particular feedback. And if you want to do some kind of conversion, so English to Japanese, you can do it using our generative AI models itself, and analysis and suggestion. So if you want to do any some kind of insights to analysis, and if you want to get any of the suggestion, so these are things like this analysis and suggestion will be a kind of a problem solving capabilities, right? So even these problem solving capabilities are having in GenAI. So what you can do, you can use these particular GenAI capabilities to go with the problem solving capabilities also. So as of now, so we have discussed many things, right? So we have discussed many features if you want to use the GenAI in your automation, right? So these all are the features we have it, and these are the capabilities we have it when you are going to use the GenAI. And here I have few more examples. So let me explain these two examples quickly, and then I'll give like 1 to 2 minutes of time for any of the questions. So here we have one of the example. So insurance plan pricing transparency. So here what we are going to use, we are going to use the integration service as a Microsoft Azure OpenAI. So what we are going to do here, so user starts the automation, then UiPath forms use it to provide the zip code, then robot navigates to the Medicaid some application, and it will extract some data, and it will do some kind of automation. Once you have done the automation, so what it's doing, automation combines extracted plan data with GenAI prompt template. So it will send the data to the LLM, and LLM, our chart GPT, will review the plan and specify pricing data for plan identification, and it will send it to the analyst. So analyst is a kind of human in the loop, and he can do the validation for it. So this is how, this is one of the example. So this is one of the use case we can use it when you want to use the chart GPT. And here it is one more example, like two-way match invoice processing. So if you want to match the invoices with our application, whichever the applications you have it, so here you can see that. So you will get the invoices from the folder, from the Outlook, or some kind of any of the portal. So what you have to do, so you have to read the data from the document understanding using that particular data, and we have to check is that particular invoice data is available in the SAP or not. So we are combining both. So this is the data we got extracted from the documents, and this is the data we got extracted from the SAP, and we are sending the data to the OpenAI and telling, asking that is that both data is having same or not. If generative AI is giving it as a match, then directly we'll send it to the target application. So if it is not giving the match, like if you are having any issues, then we can send it to the action center. Like human can do the validation there, and if he wants to approve that, after the validation he can do the approve, or if he wants to do the reject, he can do the reject, right? So that's how this particular automation will work. So here this particular uh, this particular GenAI is doing the reasoning operations also. Like it is having the capability of identifying it. It is having the capability of telling is that particular data we got extracted from the document and data we have it from the SAP is same or not. Means it is having some capability of human, right? So that's how we have GenAI. So these kind of automations we can implement it. So if you have these kind of similar automations in your organization, you can give a try with a combination of GenAI. So like one of the basic example is if you want to create a rule in Outlook. So how that particular rule will work. So if you are getting the subject as this one, you have to move it to this particular folder. So that particular rule is, that particular rule is coming as a GenAI itself. So you can, if you want to create any of the rules for your Outlook, or if you want to generate any of the workflow which is having to move the files to one folder to another folder, you can create it by your own, and you can use the GenAI as a capability there, and you can use that. But as of now, we have seen it much more advantages and much more features regarding the GenAI. And now most of the companies wants to use the GenAI. So we know the budget is there for each and every company is giving some training courses on GenAI, and we are doing certifications in GenAI. We are trying to implement it something in the GenAI, but as of now, only 6 to 7 companies were implemented POCs on the GenAI. So what's the reason behind it? So everyone is wants to learn it. Everyone is wants to process it. Everyone is learning that. Everyone is doing the certifications, but not why the POCs are, but not why the projects. Because as per the company, so you have to think from the company side. So when you are using the Chat GPT, so what you have to do, the Chat GPT is a kind of web-based cloud. So if you ask something, it will give some kind of solution for it, right? But if you are thinking from the company perspective, so you are working for some kind of sensitive data, right? Some kind of communication mails, some kind of data from the document, some kind of financial matters. We have to do the automation, right? So how we can believe the third party application? So generative AI is a kind of third party application. It's not from the UiPath, right? So how you can believe the third party application and how you can send the customer data to the generative AI. So if you are sending the data to the document understanding to read the data, means what will happen? UiPath is our product, and UiPath is having the governance and security to store the data in UiPath product itself, right? But when you compare to the chat GPT, so what it will happen? It will be the part of cloud. So it is a kind of retrainable model. So do you have any thumb rule which is not take our customer data to retrain? So if it is taking our customer data to do the retrain of ChatGPT, means what will happen? So we are leaking our customer data to the ChatGPT, right? So these kind of issues we have it. So trust and transparency. So we don't have trust on the ChatGPT or any generative AI models, because it's using as a cloud, so not as a particular product. And the context wise means in your company, if you ask your own GPT, so where is your company location, means it will give, okay, here is your company location, because it's limited. But if you ask the chat GPT, where is my company location, means it will ask the next question is, what is your company? Because it don't know what is your company itself. You have to think it in the way how the entire world is going on. So you should not think on your own way, right? So, and one more thing is action. So how the data is coming, like if you are using the GenAI, so only GenAI will not work in our company. So GenAI should be combined with someone, combined with some product, and we have to use that, like UiPath products or some other products, whichever it may be. But GenAI will not work as a alone. So it needs support to do the actions from some other product. So these are the major concerns we have it when you are using the generative AI. So I can show you more concerns here. So one is data governance. So data governance means we know, right? So will my data be shared or used for training general models? Like that's the same example I have given. So whichever the questions you are asking to the generative AI model, so that questions data will be stored somewhere. Like if you are sending one kind of personal mail, so in that particular mail you have all the data of your company details. So will that company details will store the data in ChatGPT? If it is storing, means it's a kind of vulnerability for us, right? So that's one challenge. And data residency. So where is my data being processed? So if you ask the questions, okay, it's giving the answers, but where is the data? So how the data moving and how the data is coming? And PII and IP exposure. So how we can store the sensitive data? So as when you are doing the company recordings, as you are sending the mails, as you are printing the logs in your path, you'll keep it some kind of private. So you won't show the sensitive data to the everyone, but how you can send the sensitive data to the chat GPT. So that's one kind of concern. And prediction reliability. So how you are sending the predictions, what's the accuracy you'll get it. So that's one more concern. Like if you are asking something, it will give the prediction as an answer, but how you can believe that ChatGPT is giving the answer as a correct one? So you should know, right? Is it correct or not? So how you can identify that? And model visibility. So anyone knows how the ChatGPT is working on? So because we don't know, it's built by the Microsoft team, and they are taking care of that, right? So it's not in our hands to see or to do some kind of modifications on it. And some kind of model cost if you want to use any of the features, like if you want to use sensitive data should be protected in the chat GPT. So what you have to do, you have to ask the Microsoft team, not the UiPath team, to get that feature. We don't know, right? How much future, how much cost will it be cost, right? So that's these many concerns we have it to use the chat GPT. So as of now, what we have covered. So how our traditional RPA to AI based automation, then AI based automation to Gen AI, Gen AI to autopilot. These many things how we have came across from previous years. And if you want to use Gen AI, what kind of advantages we have it, what kind of capabilities we have it, what kind of uh, use cases we can implement it, and everyone wants to use the Gen AI, but why they are not using it? Because of these concerns. So we have the concerns for Gen AI. So what we can do? So will it stop using the Gen AI in our automations? No. So because if you use the Gen AI, we have many advantages. One of the example is if you are having 20-page document, so that's a kind of CLD document or something. So in that sale deed document, each document will have the amount as different, right? So if you are having 10 sale deed documents, each document will have different kinds of amount and different kind of places. So if you want to extract that particular sale deed amount, so how you can do that? So you have to do some kind of document understanding. Then you have to do the taxonomy, you have to do the digitization, then classification, so many things we have to do that. Then creating some kind of template for it, then doing some if it is a standard format, then rule based extractor, then model based extractor, otherwise model based extractor, and we have to do that. So it's a kind of very long process. But if you are using the chat GPT, what you can do, so whichever the document you will get it, you will send that document to the GenAI and ask the question saying that what's the sale deed amount on this particular document. So what it will do, so it will read the entire document in seconds and it will give the data as, okay, this is a sale deed amount for this year. So which one you consider as easy when you compare to the entire processing of document understanding or using the GenAI to get the data? So we can see that GenAI is having more capabilities, right? So if you are using the specialized AI with the combination of GenAI, then we'll get lot many features. So that's the reason no one wants to stop the GenAI using in our with our UiPath. But if you want to overcome these particular concerns, we have to go with something, right? So that's where AI trust layer comes into the picture. So when you see, so this is the picture for using the generative AI, specialized AI, and here you can see the AI trust layer. So let me showcase the previous slide. See here, when you see, there is no AI trust layer. When you don't have any AI trust layer related stuff, we are having so many concerns like this. So, but in the latest versions of UiPath, we have AI trust layer framework built with that particular our automations itself. So what we'll do, so if you use that AI trust layer, so what kind of advantages will get it? What kind of GenAI concerns it will do the overcome? So let me go through it. So this is the architecture for UiPath trust layer. So here you can see. So UiPath trust layer will do some kind of capabilities of trust, transparency, and control. So trust means whichever the data going to send it to the third party LLMs, it can store the data. It won't send it to the LLM model. So it's a kind of interface between our third-party LLMs to UiPath. So it will take the data and it will send the data to the LLM, but it won't store the data in the third-party LLMs. It will store the data in our UiPath trust layer itself. And transparency. Transparency means what kind of interactions are happening between our LLM to our products. So it can store the data. And control. So what kind of actions we may get it from the GenAI, so it will do some kind of control for it. So these are the capabilities we have. So when you use the UiPath trust layer, we have some kind of GenAI related activities and GenAI related feature governance and usage auditing and PII sensitive data filtering and LLM gateway. So I'll explain about each step. So if you use the UiPath AI trust layer with the combination of generative AI, so we won't get any concerns. We can use any of the third party LLMs without having any issues, like without having any security issues or without having any trust issues, without having any transparency issues. We can use that. So how will it happen and how we can do that? We can showcase. So this is a source data and this is a target. Target means third party LLM. Before sending the data to the third party LLMs, so these are the considerations we have. So these are the components which will overcome the concerns of GenAI. So let me go to the next step. See, so this is one of the example when you use the AI trust layer. So what will happen? So this is one kind of example. So first, DU process submit prompt to the LLM gateway. Okay, DU got some data like document understanding is able to extract the data from any one of the document, and then what it will do, it will send a prompt. So using the documents, it will send a prompt to the third party LLM. Third party LLM means LLM means it's a third party chat GPT. So it sent a prompt. So what it will do, when you send a prompt directly, it won't accept that particular prompt. So what it will do, LLM authenticates the request and validate the API. So what are the features we have it here? The first LLM gateway, which is having in our UiPath, it will check whichever the prompt you are sending it, is it validate API or not. So it will do some kind of authenticates also. If it is everything is validated, then it will go to the next step. The next step is LLM checks if any policy exists to refuse the call. So whichever the prompt you are sending it, if you are having the policy of we should not send the data to the LLM, means it will reject the call. Means it will not send the data to the chat GPT. It will stop the data in the middle itself and saying that this data you should not send it to the chat GPT. So it's creating some kind of barriers. So it's generating some kind of security plugins between the chat GPT to the UiPath products. Okay, then the validation also done. So we don't have any security policy like for that particular prompt. Then what it will do? LLM proxy translate and send the request to the LLM using UiPath credential. So it will send the data. So third point is done. From the fourth, it will send the data to the third party applications. So then LLM receive the prompt and start processing. So LLM will start the processing based on the prompt which we sent it from the document understanding. So based on the prompt, it will return the data to the AI trust layer itself. So again, it will come to the AI trust layer. Then from the AI trust layer, it will store the data in our AI trust layer. It won't store any data. Whichever the data we got it as a return type from the third party tool, it won't store any data in the it won't store any data in the chat GPT. It will store the data in our AI trust layer, and from there user will get the data to the target application. Right. So this is how AI trust layer will work. So AI trust layer is a kind of framework. It will work as an interface between our source data to the chat GPT, and it will secure all the plugins like whichever the concerns we have it in the GenAI. When you are going to use it, it will overcome all the concerns and it will send the data and it will get the data and it will store the data in the AI trust layer itself and it will send the data to the target application. So this is how entire mechanism will work. So we got some idea, right? So what's the advantages of UiPath AI trust layer? So because of this trust layer, we are able to send the data to the third party application with some kind of security. So that's how we have one kind of a solution to use the GenAI. So let me go to the next step. So what kind of advantages we have it when you use the trust layer? So authentication and authorization. So whichever the data you are going to send it to the third party applications. So like third party generative AI. So we have some kind of authorization and authentication before sending that. Based on this authentication itself, it will go to the next step or it will stop our prompt. And the next one is data storage and retention policies. So whichever the data you are going to send it to the third party applications, so it won't save the data into the third party applications and it won't use our customer data to train their third party models. So what it will do, so it will send the data to our AI trust layer LLM models itself. So AI trust layer will store our data, whichever the data we are sending it as a prompt or whichever the data we are getting it as an answer. So it will store somewhere for the 30 days for the cloud servers of our AI trust layer. So it will vanish after 30 days. By that 30 days, it will store it in our own servers and it won't use that particular data for doing the retrainable for the outside of data. And threat management mechanisms. So in our AI trust layer itself, we have some kind of mechanism to handle the threat management mechanisms. So this is one of the features to use the generative AI in our automations. And here it is a monitoring. So we'll get the monitoring by end of this year. So what kind of calls we have sent it, how many calls we got it, so how we are how many calls we have done the block, when we will do the block. So if you are having any security check, if that particular data we should not send it to the third party application, means we'll stop it, right? So when you stop it, we should know what kind of calls you stopped it. So that can be done it through the monitoring. So it will be coming across end of this particular year, and track the number of autopilot users and track number of calls and how many calls rejected, how many calls were success, what's the prompt we have sent it, what's the data we got it. So we'll get it everything here. And one more feature I want to discuss about here is context grounding. So what is the context grounding means? This is one of the major feature we have it in the AI trust layer. So as we know, so as we discussed, so if you are using the GenAI, so you should know GenAI is a kind of model, so which is having the bulk amount of data. So it's not having the data of only about our company. It's having the data of entire universe, right? So when you're sending the data, if you ask for who is the winner of who is the winner of 2024 World Cup, means as I know, it's for cricket, right? But we have many World Cups in 2024. Many winners are in 2024. But how we can get the proper output as saying that India is a 2024 winner in the cricket, right? So cricket is a one kind of scope, and different sports we have it. So each sports is having the same question, right? So same question will be worth for all the sports, right? So but how you can identify, okay, this question is for this one, this question is this one. So that's where our context grounding will work. So the context grounding, what this context grounding will do, context grounding will have some kind of data, so which is having the data regarding our company itself, so our requirement itself. So if you ask how many members are in leave today, means it will fetch the data from our data, and it will give, okay, these are the members are on leave today, right? So if you ask third party tool, then what it will do, it will ask which leaves you are asking about it, right? It's a universal and it's our own. So if you want to keep chart GPT in particular personal manner, then what you have to do, you have to go with the context grounding. So if you use the context grounding, what will happen? So you will get the accurate, consistent predictions and flexible knowledge base relevant questions, predictions you will get it. So if you are not using context grounding, what will do? So unreliable predictions you will get it, and costly adjustments. So you have to send multiple predictions, and that prediction will not give the proper answers to you. So these many challenges you will get it if you are not using the context grounding. So and UiPath LLM. So if you want to use the communication, we have UiPath Comms Path in the AI trust layer. If you want to use the document understanding, we have the Docs Path. These are the LLMs which are pre-built with the AI, which is pre-built with the AI trust. So this is what. So if you use the Docs Path, it will be you no need to do much training, and it will give the accurate of extraction compared to the normal ones. It's more than 45 to 76% error rate reduction, and it will work for the complex tables also. And this is for the doc path. Yeah, this is for the docs path. So when you compare it to the docs path, how you are getting it. So the error rate, how it is decreasing. So this is for comms path. So these all are the LLMs. So if you use the AI trust layer, you will get these particular LLMs. So using these LLMs, you will get more accurate predictions from the communication mining or from the document understanding. We can club these particular features with our specialized AI products, and we'll get more accurate answers. So let me show you one kind of a demo here. So once this particular demo is done, we'll go through some kind of Q&A sessions. So let me start the demo. So we got an idea, right? How we are using the specialized AI and how we are clubbing the generative AI. So what kind of features we have it in the generative AI. but even that features is having, but why no one is using? Because of some concerns. So if you want to overcome that concerns, we have to use the AI trust layer. So if you are going to use the AI trust layer, what kind of capabilities we have it, how we are overcoming the concerns of generative AI. So this is the overall session we have discussed about it today. So let me run the demo. So can anyone please confirm, is my media player is visible?
Yes, Pradeep, it's visible.
Yeah. So let me run it. So I'll parallelly I'll explain what it's doing. So let me before doing the process, I'll showcase something. Yeah. So what I have implemented, so I have created the workflow for Ask GPT demo. So what it will do, it will take the document. So we have one of the input document. So this is a document I have it. So it is a kind of APTC, some lease document. So this lease document is having 43 pages. Okay. So if I ask something saying what is the use of amenities, so what you have to do? So you have to read everything and you will get it right. So in the same way, I have multiple pages. So what I am going to do, I am going to send this document to the chat GPT, and I am going to ask couple of questions to the chat GPT. We'll see how that particular chat GPT will respond to you. So showing that, uh, before reading this particular document, I'll show you how we can integrate ChatGPT in our workflow. So here is the activity I have it. So let me show you. So here is integration service I have it. So I connected our integration service with ChatGPT here. So how you can do that? Add connection. Then here use ChatGPT. Set it as OpenAI, then Microsoft this OpenAI, you can use that. Then you can do the connection. So it will do the authentication. So if you have the API key, you can give the API key and you can do the authentication. So that's how I have done it. So I have, as of now, I have two integrations. One is ChatGPT and one is Outlook. So I'm not using the Outlook. So I'm going to showcase how the GenAI activities will work. So let me run the code. Let me showcase the recording. You will get an idea about it. So this is the execution of the workflow. So when you run that, so I got one kind of pop-up here saying that select the rental agreement PDF file to review. So whichever the file I'm going to upload it. So I'll upload that particular document. So it's a kind of input dialog, like a browse document activity I have used it. So what it will do, it will browse that particular workflow. It will pick that particular file. So I got a pop-up. So here what I'm going to do, just I am selecting the file, so which is having our input file, then open. So okay, so it started the execution again. So okay, so let it be. So let me see the pop-up here. So question, how much is the rent and are pets allowed? So the answer is, if you ask this particular question to that particular document using generative AI, what will happen? See, so the answer you will get it here. So instead of reading the entire document, if I ask the same questions to you, how much time will it take? Let's open it. So how much time will it take to read the entire document to give the answer for that particular question? So it will take much time, right? You can't even implement it using document understanding or some other product. So it's a kind of complex scenario to get that. But using generative AI, so based on the question, I got a solution as this one. So let me move forward. So I got some kind of answer from the document. So okay. So if you have any questions, then do you have any more questions? You have the pop-up as a yes or no. So if it is a yes, again it will give the dialog box. So you can ask any question here. Just I am giving the question as is that agreement signed. So what you have to do? So you have to read the entire document. So based on our question, see how our generative AI model will give the answer. See, yes, the agreement is signed, the signature and dates as follows. So landlord and this particular date, resident and this particular date. So these dates we got it. Okay, that's great. So again, we got some data from the generative AI. So do you have any more questions? Means if I say yes, again it will ask for the pop-up. So what's the lease duration in months? So just I want to know the lease duration in months. So again it will read the document of that particular input data. See, we got some answer again here. So the lease document is having the duration of these months and these many days. So isn't it amazing compared to the complex scenarios of automation? So if I click on no, then it will stop the execution. So let me showcase the workflow. So the workflow also not that much of complex when you see that. So just it's a kind of a message box, then picking the file, then this is the first question, then extracting the data using PDF, then sending the data to the generative content generation. So it's a kind of activity where it can use GenAI activities. So when you drag and drop the content generation, here you can see. So if you want to do the new connection, let me do the new connection once. So see, it is authenticated. Okay, this one we got it. Let me do the connect. So your integration is success. So I got a new GenAI, right? So I got it. So let me delete this one. So I will showcase again. So how these things will work. So I deleted. So let me go to the code. So I am going to do the new connection. So this is UiPath is connecting with the GenAI. See how much simple is it? So it got connected with our generative AI. So we are not going to use the GenAI and we are not going to do, we are not going to use open the chat GPT and we are not going to enter it. So it's a kind of options we got enabled it from the activities level itself. Then the prompt, the PII detection we have discussed is the data sensitive. So if you want to detect it, you can detect it. So that's the way we can do that. And the questions, so if you have more questions, then here is the condition. If yes, yes. False means you can stop the trigger. If yes means you can ask the questions. So that's how this is a pretty much simple automation which is connected with GenAI and uh, reading the data of 20 plus page document. So it's see 43 page documents and giving the answer in a couple of seconds itself. So isn't it amazing? So that's how. So we have to use the generative AI in our automations. To avoid the concerns, we have to go with the capabilities of AI trust layer and we have to work on that. So any questions for now?
Pradeep, one of the person is asked what are the packages you install in the process to use GenAI.
So we have one of the packages that is called as the GenAI packages. So just you have to type it in the GenAI. So you will get a couple of packages. So you have to download that packages and a chart window so that I can answer a couple of questions here. So we got a question like how does the AI trust layer enhance the security of automation? So that's what we have discussed it. So AI trust layer is having the capabilities of doing the trust, transparency, and control. So if you enable that AI trust layer in your organization, by default these features will come into the picture. So when you passing the data to the third party applications, it will check the concern, it will check the security concerns, and based on that, it will move the data to one plugin to one plugin. Yeah. So the context will it pass to the GenAI model the each question? Yes, because if you want to store the data in any one of the variable and if you want to get that data, you can do that. But as per the generative AI, So you have to share the entire data to the chat GPT and you have to ask the questions of it. Or you can send the prompt, like sending the how you can send the prompt based on the previous document, give me the answer for this particular question. So that will be decided based on our question, the prompt, how we are going to send it to the chat GPT, right? So that's how it will work. So I hope everyone is good with the session. Yeah. Let me create the, yeah. So here we can start the Menti. So I think Lakshman can take care of the Menti, or Gayatri, you can take care of the Menti. So let me stop screen.
So thank you, Pradeep. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I stop screen share of mine.
So now let's get started with the quiz. So we'll be sharing the Mentimeter link. So I'll be sharing in chat. So please join through the link, and you where it will ask you to provide the code. You can just enter the code which has been provided over the chat, or else you can scan the QR code which is on the screen also. So the winner of the quiz will going to receive a goodies. So the fastest people who answer the correct questions will be eligible to get the goodies. So you should be fast to answer the questions, and you should be provide the correct answers as well.
Yeah, it's entirely related to our session itself. Just whichever the concepts we have discussed it, like the capabilities of GenAI and the advantages of AI trust layer. So you can just recap all the concepts in this particular quiz part itself. So please be ready about it, and fastest fingers will get some kind of goodies from the organizer. Yeah, please, Gayatri.
Thank you. Guys, please join and let me know once you people have joined. Please do confirm us in the chat. We'll take 1 more minute so that everybody can join. I hope everybody joined.
Yes, I'm
Lakshman, can
going
you
to
see
present.
how many participants are there? Yeah.
Okay, shall I click on present?
Yes, please, Lakshman, you can go ahead.
Okay, as of now, 20 people joined.
Guys,
So
only
here is
20
the
have received 35. Could you please join the others as well?
yes, that's pretty much easy. So all are concentrated on the sessions. It's easy to get goodie from the organizers. Please do
Everybody
join.
can try it.
Yeah, I think we got enough participants now. So I think we can start it, Lakshman.
Okay.
We got 33 players.
here goes your first question.
So here is the question: what is generative AI? Great, we got
Answered
20.
correctly.
Okay, I'm going. Let's
Let's
see
see the
leaderboard.
leaderboard. Okay, it's Zlatan.
Okay, I'm going for the next question.
Yes, please. So here comes your second question. What is the primary purpose of the UiPath AI trust layer? Okay, 29 of them answered correctly. Okay, it's again Zlatan.
Okay,
Okay,
I'm
we
going
can
for the
move.
next question.
Hmm. What is the necessary to unlock the full potential of GenAI in business?
So the question is like how you can use the generative AI when you are implementing the automation. Yeah, yeah, because we know, right? So
We got
generative AI,
17.
uh, because generative AI cannot do the action, right? So the generative AI should be combined with our automation to use the generative AI. So we got 17 correct answers. Yeah, please.
Now there is a change in the leaderboard. It's Chenny Upon.
Okay, I'm going for the fourth question.
His harmful content filtering a future provided by UiPath AI trust layer. Okay, 20. Okay. Chenny Upon is top on the list.
Okay, last question.
Deciding question. Which of the following is not a feature of UiPath AI trust layer? Okay, 10 answered.
17 people wrongly answered.
So it's a kind of a tricky question. So because our AI trust layer will store the logs. So usage auditing means it's storing the logs. So it will store the logs, but it won't prepare the data for AI ML model. Like it won't give any test data for the model, right? We have discussed it. So it won't store the user data to retrain the models, but it can store the logs in our AI trust layer. So that's the correct answer is automatic AI model creation.
So
Let's see
now
who will
it's
be the winner.
time to see the winner.
Yeah, Chennai Appan is the winner for the today's quiz.
Congratulations, Chennappan. So we would request
Yeah,
you to.
yes. Chennappan and Harsh Mehta. Yeah, two people. So we usually take two people. So
Okay. Gayatri, can you note down the both the names, Chennai Appan and Harsha Mehta?
yes, both of you. I think I have given you the audio access as well. You can talk for 1 minute if you have that access. I think so. Between Gayatri will give the mail ID. Yeah, hearty congratulations. Yes. Yes, I think Harsh Mehta is came. Yeah, you can close this screen, Lakshman. Means you can stop sharing. Yes. Okay. Okay, Harsh. How are you, Harsh?
Doing well, Nikhilesh. How are you?
I am doing good. Bye. So yeah, you wanted to give any feedback or how was this session? Yeah.
Yes. First of all, it was great session, and the series is very appreciable. It is useful in terms of new technologies, new products, understanding that from the experts. That is the best case of this. And I was only able to join the first one, last one, because I work in US time zone, so I had meetings in middle of the weeks. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
but it was
Agreed.
great session overall. Great work, all the moderators, organizers. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much for the valuable feedback. Yes, people, I think I have given all the access to the attendees. I see Santosh sir is also there. Thanks, Santosh, for joining. And Chenny Appan from yeah, you wanted
Yeah.
to talk?
Hey, hi, Ad. Hope you are doing good. So the session was amazing. Uh, so all the concepts were explained by the presenter greatly, and the demo was awesome. This is also great. Luckily, I was able to join the last two sessions only. I was not aware of the first three sessions. Hope
Yeah.
I will join the future sessions.
Yeah,
Thank
you
you, guys.
joined and you won also. So congratulations. Don't no need
Thank
to
you.
worry if you are missing some session. Definitely, we will be sending the recordings in the same links as said earlier. After 1 week, maybe. Lakshman or Gayatri, you have multiple people in the video. You can take some pictures. And people, yes, if you before this is the last session, I think if anybody wanted to talk, I agree. Definitely, there might be questions and all. I completely agree. But you can post these questions in LinkedIn. Sorry, in forum and tag Pradeep, so he can come back, or else somebody also can answer that. Uh, yes, but before that wonderful session, touch layer by Pradeep. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
If
Eh,
anybody,
eh, yeah.
yes.
Nikhilesh, Santosh here.
Yeah, hi Santosh. How are you?
So actually, yeah, I'm fine, and hope same about all of you. Thanks for this very great 5 days series. It has given a lot of insights. I mean, rather, apart from our already understandings, it put some more insights with the new features and technologies that can be uh, future with the existing technology that we use. And it was also great that today's session like AI trust layer because a lot of there are jumbles and misconceptions regarding the data security. So it helped a lot to clear all these things, all the doubt or concerns with these type of sessions. So I am very much thankful to all of you to arranging all these things for the public or broader audience. Thank you very much, all of you from your team.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, Palani, sorry, Chennaiappan, you spoke? Or,
Uh, Hi, team.
yes, hi, brother, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, and thanks for this wonderful session. And one quick question is that this is the first session that I have joined, and can I get? I mean, where can we find the recordings of these remaining sessions? Will they
Yeah,
will be
yeah.
available soon?
Yeah, if you registered in this session, just go there to the Hyderabad page. You will able
Okay.
to see the past. Can somebody guys type the nikhil.rpa mail ID? I'm not able to type. Okay. Uh, yeah, sorry, Chennaiappan. Mr. Harsh and Mr. Chennaiappan, the mail ID Gayatri will type. That is the mail ID. Now she will type. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
nikhil.rpa@gmail.com. So you please send your complete address. So for example, your address is flat number 3A, apartment name, road number, landmark, city Chennai, pin code, phone number, everything. Okay, please do send that. So we will be sending some surprising goodies very soon, not tomorrow, day after tomorrow, but yeah, very soon. Yeah, we are in progress for that. We're collecting the names and all. Yeah, Chennaiappan, like, yeah, please continue, sorry.
So Chennaiappan and Harsh Mehta, please share your details for the email ID provided now.
Okay, Gayatri, go ahead.
Your contact details, your address, complete address.
And
Yes,
just
yes,
enable the video of everyone so that we'll take one clip.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
If anybody, I mean, I request everyone to on their videos who are available. Yes, I think, yeah, this screen is good, Lakshman, you can take this.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and next month we are coming with one more series, probably by leading by women. So it's designed for everybody, but the it will be leading by speakers and moderators will be women's. So mostly it will be on September end or October first week. Maybe topic is purely developer, or maybe something we are coming with some advancements. So please do stay in touch with Hyderabad the page. That is the reason I requested earlier also. If you joined there, that's all simple. You will get your email once we post events, once we post series, once we post offline meetups. If you are in Hyderabad, you can join there. And if you are part of some virtual sessions, hackathons, whatever we do, you will get to know. And yes, we got immense response for this solution architect series, and some of you might be the winners of this series. As per the due to limit, we can only pick one or two people for this, but definitely you all are the winners for joining. I see good number of people continuously joining last 5 days in your busy working day schedule. Thank you so much. We can keep in weekends also, but in weekends we cannot run the continuous sessions. The first week I need to do, and again I need to do in like at the second week. Again I need to do third week. So it will not for your learning also. It will not impact. First week you are there, but third week you will be traveling somewhere. So that is the reason in one week, if we maintain some consistency, we'll complete the sessions. So that is the reason we always keep some series as planned in these weekdays. Yeah, that's from my end. Anything from Lakshman, Gayatri? You did a fantastic job uh, today. Any closing notes you wanted to take?
Yes, Nikhil.
Yeah, Gayatri, go ahead.
Indeed. So it's been a enriching 5 day session. So with over 100 participants we had. So and I want to extend my heartfelt thanks to each and every one of you for attending and making this event a tremendous success. Thank you so much. I know some of them were been from the day one session participants. So I would thank them so much. And I encourage everyone to join the Hyderabad community chapter for the updates on our upcoming sessions. So my sincere gratitude goes to UiPath community, the Hyderabad chapter, and supporters, Hyderabad Automation AI, for their unwavering support. So
Yeah,
thank you so much.
thank you so much, Gayatri and Lakshman.
Yeah. Yeah, hi everyone. Thanks for joining the all 5 day session. Hope you have learned new things and all. It will be helpful in our career also. Please do follow Hyderabad chapter for the upcoming sessions and all. And also please do follow Niklesh Sachavarpu YouTube channel. You will get all the recordings there. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys. Yeah, it was a wonderful session again by Pradeep. Definitely, we'll bring more and more speakers, more and more content on the latest trends and topics. Thank you so much, everyone. And I see good feedbacks also for this session who are keeping messages and all. Yeah, thank you all. Let's meet in the next series or next sessions. See you all. Have very happy weekend. I really appreciate in weekend without keeping your party pubs and all you are here. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much. And yeah, thanks you. Until then, see you.
Thank you, Pradeep, once again.
Thank you,
Thank you all.
Thank
everyone.
you all.
Thank you,
Thank you
everyone.
all.
Bye.
Thank you all.
Yes.
Good night.
Yes.
Thank you for the
Happy
great
weekend.
session.
Chennaiappan and Harsh, please do send the email. Yeah, thank you.
Sure. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.